Right.
D&D.
D&D time.
Dragons.
Bacons. Last time on our first episode of Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos, it was our students, our characters' first day at the Mage School of Strixhaven. They got a little theatrical history of the world that they're in and the school that they're attending, and then participated. And they were randomly, quote unquote, divided up into groups. And what do you know? All of our player characters are in the same group.
Convenient.
Very convenient. These groups will earn points throughout the school years, or lose points if they're bad. And by the end of the school year, you might get a prize if you're the #1 team. But as per a school tradition, on the first day, you all had a scavenger hunt through the school's very large library called the Biblioplex. Kind of learned its location, got to know some fellow students and faculty, and near the end of the orientation, a play that the Drama Guild, or like a little presentation that the Drama Guild is going to put on, one of the crates where all their costumes are in, came to life and tried to eat you, and actually kind of caused Val'ri to get knocked out, which is maybe why Professor Sharpbeak each gave you a platinum piece to be a little hush-hush about it, because that's what I think happened.
I mean, thanks to me, she wasn't down for long.
Nope, not for long. But the orientation over, the drama dealt with, you're all heading back to your dormitories. Which...
Man, oh man, I am bushed.
On the way out, you pick up a pamphlet full of extra activities you can do, full of jobs, and get to choose the classes that you will take for the remainder of the school year. So we did most of this off out of game, all the classes. Wonder if I should make this public just so you can see, but the classes are mostly superficial, mostly just for flavor, but there is a kind of a weekly class performance supplement that I got. It's the same one with the points and all that. So we're gonna see how this works out. But first we're going to get settled in the dormitories. So in my mind, all the first year dormitories located somewhere on this map. Where do you think they're located?
I think...
Oh,
I think maybe it's around here.
Oh, see, I would think it'd be near the middle. Because, like, you want the first years to kind of be centralized, but...
Oh, interesting.
That's...
These here look like rows of similarly shaped buildings.
So there are some residents on this side.
Okay.
But they're more like residents.
Yeah. Like, what does that mean?
Where some teachers may live there.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You know, teachers, staff, custodial, shop owners, stuff like that.
Wow. Live on campus where you work.
Yep. I don't think many of these people commute. If that's what you're wondering.
Well, to be perfectly honest, there's not much going outside of Strixhaven at the moment.
I like the flump marker.
Maybe these are the
No,
halls.
I like it where it is.
Right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter where it is, but say your dormitories, the illustrious flump dorms. For several generations, the flump name has been at the bottom of the points. Will you be the ones that turn it around? We'll see. But I'm also imagining that these dorms, kind of like when you enter in the building itself, is almost like a wheel. Like you have the central living area in the middle, and then it spokes off to individual students' rooms. And since
Oh,
many,
thank God.
yeah, you're not gonna
We
room
get
up
private
together.
rooms.
Private rooms.
Wow.
But I also imagine, I keep saying this because the book never says any of this, that since students may get homesick, that the walls have illusionary magic on them to kind of project like stuff that you're used to, so you kind of ease into this new lifestyle. And I'm kind of wondering like what all of your rooms may start to resemble after this magic kind of like feels what you're missing and then displays it on the walls.
Val's would probably be like a mix of like the circus,
Oh, you're like a circus
or the
tent?
carnival, but also like very Feywild in nature. Like her childhood bedroom,
So,
but,
like,
like,
it'll have like
in a tent.
You'll have like background noise of like the Witchlight Carnival.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 10-hour
10-hour
Witchlight
loop.
Carnival ambience, yeah. But then also like Feywild noises,
Mhm.
like creatures and whatnot, and the sound of like horse hooves.
You find in your room there's a nice comfy mat for you to lay down on.
Oh.
And the smell of cotton candy
Ooh.
and
And funnel cake and candied apples and
yeah,
Funnel cake.
and custard cupcakes.
oh no.
How about Dustin? Erakos, what does your room look like?
Honestly, Erakos has never been much for rooms. He's always been kind of a not outdoorsy, just kind of minimalist. So it's just like, it's just got a bed. He's got a desk for him to work off of. It's got like a little place for where you can do some what's the word? Alchemy? Like alchemy, but for plants, like herbalism?
Horticulture, herbalism. Yeah,
herbalism. Maybe a little
bit of horticulture. Yeah.
And just place books for his various studies, maybe a few
Very
religious
traditional,
scrolls.
then.
Yeah, just a very traditional low-key room. Nothing major. Maybe a window to the outside.
A single poster of his favorite band. His favorite emo band.
I mean, they make good music. They do need to cheer up a bit, though.
I mean, like their later albums, they got like really into like almost like Christian rock. It's kind of weird. Yeah, that phase.
It's like it's like they found themselves, but then they kind of went too far. It happens.
I remember I was like listening to old Owl City randomly, and then all of a sudden he got like really Christian rock heavy. I was like, oh, well, this is a little bit of a turn, but not unexpected. How about how about you, Randy?
Oh
Or,
yeah,
Lilisula.
Lilisula has it so that she's pushed out like pushed her desk and her bed all up against one wall, so that the remaining floor space is wide open, and she has basically marked in chalk the time of the day to where the sunlight peeks into her room, and so she can at a glance tell what time it is. And then she also has little posters and drawings that her friend doodled for her that are supposedly portraits, but since her friend is a goblin, they don't really look much like her. But she still holds on to them because it's her best friend, and she believes that her best friend will become a great artist one day. But the reason for the room clearing so that she has a lot of floor space is so that she can do her morning calisthenics and do her stretches, reaches, and basically all of her acrobatic stuff that she practices every single morning because she's been doing it since she was a little kid. See our CR campaign in which, you know, she did calisthenics with her dad every morning.
How about Brice? For Brick.
Yeah, for Brick, there's this just tree that he likes to nap under at home that overlooks a pasture, because he's from his farming community, overlooks all the crops in the village, and what the walls are just the view from there. And you see cattle or goats or whatever they had, and it's just really serene and peaceful.
Whatever they had in Eberron.
Yeah. Probably like Eberron mutant goats.
Yeah, I was about to say knowing Eberron, it's probably like mutant death cows or something.
But that's where he got tough, is wrangling those death cows.
Every day every morning at sun up to hear like a rooster.
Yeah. Yep. You ever try milking one of those things? He says about the death cows.
Yeah.
Death cows is a thing now. That is
there is a creature called a stink cow.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, there is apparently.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, but yeah, there's some nasty cows out there.
We ran into one in Mark's Waterdeep game.
His parents raised stink cows.
Yep. Wow.
They make the best manure.
Ironically, the manure smells like daisies. And how about Revia?
Oh, Revia, this is the first time she's had a room where she can kind of choose what it looks like, because when she was a child, she lived basically in a mansion. So she had like your typical fancy mansion rich kid room, and then she got shipped off to boarding school, so she lived in like a boarding school dorm. So now she kind of has her own private room that kind of suits her taste. And what her taste is she wants it to look somewhat like what she would imagine her mother, a red dragon, lives in. So her room kind of looks like a lava cave.
Oh, like a dragon
And,
horde.
yeah, like and all of her stuff is just in a pile, just like unorganized, just in a pile. And she thinks that due to her, like any true dragon, she knows where all of her hoard is. But in reality, she's just kind of messy. It's just like in various piles in her stuff in her room. And that's what Revia likes to do.
Does her door have a big sign that says "Keep Out"?
Yes. Oh yeah, 100%. There's just like a danger. It just says danger on it.
Yeah.
And oddly, it has that weird symbol that means biohazard on it for some reason. I don't know. I think someone put that on there as a joke, but she liked it.
She knows. She would technically know what that is due to events, but wouldn't put that on her own.
Yeah. So your dorm does have the privacy of your own rooms, but also a central living area, with a small kitchen, some couches, and just a place to relax if you want to socialize with each other. But the most important things that you all did was choose your classes after the orientation. So this year we have Arcano-Botany for Beginners from Witherbloom, beginning Computational Magic from Quandrix, beginning Inkomancy from Silverquill, History of Magic and Arts from Prismari, an Introduction to Archimancy from Lorehold.
Archaeomancy.
Archaeomancy, yeah.
Archaeology.
Yeah, I think that's what you're going for. And then Basic Magical Auras, which is a general studies, and one of the required courses was Magical Physiologies, which I think is the mostly study of magical creatures, things like that.
Oh, does that mean that we have 4 classes total and we chose 3 from that list?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because one we had to take.
Okay.
So for these classes, you will be most time going to the other campuses to do these. But so here's how this is going to work. each of you are going to basically roll a 1d4 to choose like which class something exciting happens in. It'll be random that way. A class that you either excelled at that week or did poorly in. Everything else is just kind of average. And depending on a skill check, you'll either do well or do poorly. If you do well, then you'll get some extra team points. If you do poorly, then another student that is not a player will be able to kind of like takes the spot. But you also have a chance of doing a random event, which could lead to even more points, or something special happening to the character, or something detrimental if it goes poorly. But for this first week, I'm not going to do the events. I'm just going to do the skill rolls, and we'll see how this works out. If we find out it takes too much time, gets a little monotonous, we may not do it as much. But so we'll just go in order on who's listed on my screen here. So Val'ri, you roll me a d4.
Okay. 1.
1. Okay.
I hope that's not my score. Oh no.
So you're going to roll for Arcano-Botany for beginners
Okay.
at Witherbloom. And this may take me a little while too, so this is the first time me looking at all these.
That's okay.
all these
Yeah, they
rules.
can get it. If you're listening to it, deal with it.
Yep.
Just look at the pretty art of all of our characters bouncing.
Yep.
Yay!
Bouncy, 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 bounce.
So yeah, you're starting to learn about
Mm-hmm.
the magic of like using plants for magic, for alchemy,
Mhm.
or even sometimes magical plants. You actually have this class
Mhm.
with several other
Oh.
people. You have it with Erakos and Brick.
Hey, Val.
Hey!
At it.
Sorry,
Yeah,
that was not
right.
that was
That
not
was-
her in character. That was
That's
me.
very uncharacteristic of you.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of overlap, especially in this first year. So I want you to roll me a skill check of either Arcana. Oh wait, no, it's Witherbloom. Animal handling, nature, medicine, or survival.
I will do animal handling if I can.
So in Witherbloom, there are these little creatures which you kind of learned about last time called pest. There's
Mhm.
these little grub / salamander / reptile looking things, and they're used in a lot of experimentation because their juices have like magical properties.
You
And
could
they're-
sacrifice them to gain wood life.
Nerd.
One of the nerdy kids in the back. I'm making cards based off all of my studies. So 19. You get the knack of this right away. Like, okay, pests. You can squeeze them to extract some of the juices. I can put them on this plant, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
I've seen some really weird stuff in the Feywild.
yep. So you gain, and I'll keep track of this. But you do so well in picking this up, you gain 5 group points.
Woo!
Whoa.
It's very like I'm assuming like the professor says that like, oh, good job. Here's
Yep.
5 points to flump,
So, well,
whatever.
every time.
Val like looks very like proud. Like you could tell anybody who's looking would tell that she's very much like not like teacher's pet, but like she's a smart kid, honor roll type. So she's like,
You're the Hermione that just raises her hand right away.
yeah. But she wouldn't raise her hand right away. She knows the answer, but she's not going to say it because she's too shy.
Alright, Dustin. Give me. I keep saying person's name because that's where they're listed on the thing
Yeah.
here. Erakos, roll me a d4.
4.
4. Alright, so your standout class is the Incomancy at Silverquill, which is the magic of writing, creating prose to gain magical effect, and creating inks to amplify it.
I always did like it when the spirits told me stories before I put them down.
So you will roll me.
I'm in this class too.
Yeah, who else is in the class? Revia, Val'ri, and Lilisula.
Yeah.
Damn, Brick. Brick's like, fuck writing. Scrolls? Mm-mm, not for me.
Don't even know how to hold a pen.
Right, so give me a deception, insight, intimidation, perception, or persuasion.
I think we're going to go with insight.
You want to know, like, it's like, well, how does the magic of this ink work?
Not very well for me.
Not very well for you. You can't quite. It's like you're used to like kind of magic within nature and stuff, but like you haven't had to deal with scrolls and like magic ink that much. So you struggle a little bit in like this kind of form of magic for your first week. Unfortunately, not getting any points. Not saying you do poorly, like you mess everything up, but
it just doesn't click, man.
Doesn't click right away.
They're not looking, I would assume, not too much on day one.
Yeah, this is like your first day of class. Now, this kind of represents a week's worth of study of a classwork, and this is kind of like one you either do poorly in or well in. How about Lilisula? Give me D4.
Okay, let me get that for you. D4. Okay.
Why
I
is
mean,
that
hey.
Yeah, who knows? It's just a number. Oh, actually, didn't include the one you're supposed to take on here because that's an event if you land on it. So we're not gonna worry about that at this time. But the 2 is magical art and magical history, art and magic history of Prismar from Prismar.
Yeah, that's me. I'm in there.
Yep.
I believe I'm in there as well.
Val'ri and Revia are part of this with you. And,
oh yeah.
I'm very cultured.
Yeah, so this is I imagine this is a more of a study and not actually practicing magic. You're actually learning about the history of art and magic and how they've intertwined in the past, not necessarily practicing it that much. Before Prismari, give me a athletics, acrobatics, performance, persuasion, or sleight of hand. None of these really match with just learning stuff, but basically, athletics, acrobatics, performance, persuasion, or sleight of hand.
Okay. We're gonna do performance.
Yeah, you want to see if you can like pull off some of these historical magic art moves. And you do so with flying colors.
Well, yeah, because Lilisula's good at that kind of stuff.
Yeah. The teacher's actually a little impressed that like it's like you pulled off some of like the more classical ones with such ease and so quickly too.
Well, I can imagine the teacher going like, "Oh, well done, Ms. Ravara." Oh, duh. Okay, that's why she's so good at it.
Like, of course.
Of course, so Ravara's good at this.
Yeah, so it's not just like when you're performing spells with hand gestures. Prismari students do it with their body. You know, they put on these performances, create these magical spectacles, and your teacher thinks you just might be a natural at it.
Does run in my family.
Brick, give me a D4.
2.
2. Alright, this is the basics of magical auras. Oh, forget what I said about the required one not being here. Cause I think this. Oh, this isn't the required one. Never mind. Yeah. So basic magical auras is a general study one, and everyone but Val'ri is in this one. Growing up on a farm, you know a lot about auras. So give me
makes sense.
For this one, just give me a straight roll. Since
Alrighty.
it's of a D20, since it's not connected to anything here.
Critical
Yes!
failure.
Critical
Oh,
failure.
no, that's great.
Yeah.
Can I see that he's struggling and give him guidance, or is that not going to help?
Yeah, I think for this, like, this is your first time, like, really. It's like, okay,
It's
now we need to
cool.
learn about magic.
Yeah.
And like you're learning something about, okay, these runes, you know, you put on here, and it causes this and this, and like you've never seen these shapes before. You don't know
Yeah.
what they mean.
Everyone around here has grown up in this stuff. This is a slack class for everyone here. But me,
Mhm.
just don't get it.
Right, Revia. Give me D4. 3. Right, this is a history of magic and art.
Boring.
So give me athletics, acrobatics, performance, persuasion, or sleight of hand.
Okie dokie.
Yes, some of your private teachings, like you've already learned all this stuff before.
I would imagine that she basically can bullcrap her way through it because she's been to enough fancy stuff. And this is just her being like, yes, this is the incendiary piece of the blah, blah, blah industry. And then the teacher just is like, oh.
Alright. So next time we do that, it will have a chance to trigger a encounter.
Neat.
Which I suppose... Well, I already did the points, so we can't really do it now. But I just want to see how that went. But your first week of Strixhaven, some of you struggled a little bit. Not used to being in the big city, as it were. Big school city. Some of you are getting along just fine. But there's some excitement around campus because after the first week of classes is when people start choosing their extracurricular activities and what jobs they could potentially want. And again, you are meeting in the Biblioplex, where all of the school's clubs and some of the job offerings will kind of be on display for people, kind of to check out, read pamphlets, learn all about it. All that fun stuff. So you find yourself again in the Biblioplex.
The grand old book depository.
Much more crowded here than when you're here for orientation, because there's students of all years who are excited to pick up the extra activities. And one of the first things that kind of happens is, Brick, you catch a familiar sight. You see this very tall stone giant, who last time you saw him was at your what's the sport word? The grand finals of your goat ball game back on
Okay.
Eberron. And he was so impressed by your playing, he's the one that suggested, since you have some magical capabilities, it's like, hey, come over to Strixhaven.
Oh.
And, you know, you can play Silk Ball, you can play Mage Tower for Lorehold. And this big stone giant, whose name is Oscar, comes over to you and goes, "Oh, there's my brick. My brick.
Hey, hey, sir.
You were going to bring glory to the Lorehold Mage Tower team."
That's the plan. I certainly appreciate the opportunity.
Well, I'm afraid you're going to have to wait a little bit for that opportunity. They don't even allow you to go to play in Mage Tower till your second year until you're in the school. But I'll make sure I'll get you in some practices.
Fair enough. Got a question for you, sir. I understand I can't play until second year, but to help keep me in my prime, would you recommend the weightlifting club, or do you think that I'd be better off on the Silk Ball intramural?
Well, Silk Ball was once very popular here at Strixhaven. But once Mage Tower came along, kind of second fiddle.
Well,
but
clearly Mage Tower is the better of the game.
Yeah. But definitely keep you on your toes. As for the Iron Lifting Society, got to keep those muscles strong.
I guess you're saying can't go wrong with either one.
In and out the corner of your eye, you see this female dwarf that you actually saw during orientation. Was kind of looking up and down. If you recall that. But this dwarf, you can see right here.
I remember her.
Did you hand out? Introduces herself as Greta.
Oh, clearly a weightlifter.
Yeah, she says, it's like, she goes, "Bro, I know when I first saw you, you have to join the Iron Lifters. Keep those guns in shape, keep them strong." He says, that's what I'm joining.
You clearly know your way around a barbell.
We can be lifting buddies.
What's your PR on the bench?
She goes, Joey goes, "I don't know what that means."
I was gonna say, can I catch Joey? Yeah, I did. Say 350. That's pretty good.
She says 360.
No. Wow.
She goes, "Yeah, bro."
Maybe I'll see you there. Still got some decisions to make.
She goes, "Well, I'm going to sign up right now." She kind of points over to the booth for the Iron Lifters. And in my opinion, after like the professors kind of walked away, she goes, Mage Tower's okay. Mage Tower's okay. Kind of overrated. Like, people who don't have the muscle, they go to Mage Tower. People who like to get tackled go to Silk Ball.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Mage Tower was kind of my ticket in here. But we'll see how that goes.
Because, yeah, I get it. It's like, from what I heard, bro, like, even if you go to second year, you're not even guaranteed on a team. So many people want to get in.
Interesting.
It's mostly third and fourth years. I think they're so great just because they're older.
Very interesting. Do you play on the Silk Ball team too? As well as your weightlifting?
The book doesn't have her in Silk Ball, but she seems a Silk Ball type.
Okay. I imagine Silk Ball kind of like rugby.
Yeah. It actually says that in here.
Oh, well, there you go.
Or maybe that was a goat ball back on the Elias play. These hardy athletes train together and compete in a rough and tumble Strixhaven game called of Silk Ball, which is played in a muddy field with balls made of spider silk. That's all they say about it.
Leave that pretty open-ended.
Yeah.
Is this scene ending with me definitely deciding on a thing?
If you want to have the benefit of it,
Yeah,
then you'll have to decide.
Yeah, I am definitely gonna sign up for Silk Ball. I'm definitely gonna do that for intramural. And I know you said we can pick up to two, either at two clubs, or a club and a job, or just a club or just a job. I was hoping to kind of see what everyone else gets, or talk to everyone about what they were gonna do.
Oh, I'm in cheerleading for Mage Tower, so
Yeah, so,
I'm in the cheer squad.
since everyone else kind of decided, y'all kind of wander off. Kind of choose Revia. You see Mr. Grayson kind of by the Strixhaven Star, the school's newspaper. And he goes, Revia, we meet again.
Who are you again?
You're so funny.
No, really, I forgot.
Grayson Wildmere.
Gotcha.
We met during orientation.
Oh yeah, you're that guy.
Yeah, yes. You interested in joining the paper, Strixhaven Star?
Of course. Whoever controls the news controls the society.
I think exactly the same way. You might have noticed me in my little notebook. I need to know as much about these people as I can.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Not for nefarious purposes.
No, mine's pretty much for nefarious purposes.
Well, the more I know, the more I may be able to get favors.
Yeah, you've done so. You've obviously been in one of these like boarding school places before, right?
This is my first magical one, but yes, I have had.
Yeah, that's you know the deal. I can tell someone who's done time.
The person running the booth, you will recognize as, picture here, as Mina Lee, person who commented on Brick's dirty robe last time, which I forgot to mention her in the overview, but she called what was on his robes Eldritch Balm, but didn't go into detail about what it was. But yeah, she's like she's a second year, but she's kind of heading the booth for recruiting people to the Strixhaven Star, and she kind of sees that you two are interested. Luckily, you talked about the nefarious purposes thing just out of earshot. And she will welcome you aboard.
Wonderful.
But Grayson goes, I think we're going to make good partners.
Yeah, of course. That's what we do. Great partners.
Yep.
Wonderful pals. I think everything's gonna go great.
So at least in his eyes, he has earned a friend point with you. So for Grayson Wildmare, you can give him 1 friend point.
Revia's fine with that. That just means someone else you can use to throw under the bus at a later date and time.
And Brice, we'll figure out your friend thing after you pick your last
Okay.
your last thing.
I already know it.
Oh, you know it? What do you decide?
I'm gonna apply to be a stagehand for the theater, with the theater.
Okay. At the Rose stage, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
So that would be. Crew member, fire roles. Strixhaven Performing Arts Society.
Yes, that's right.
So, clean up crew member.
No, stagehand. I don't want to be cleaning up
stagehand.
messes.
Okay.
I'm there to move all the big heavy set pieces around.
He's the,
Yeah,
he's the
and
prop
clean-
guy.
Road crew. Yeah, he's
no,
road crew.
being a stagehand's different than being cleanup crew. Trust
He-
me.
he's
I've
a
been
roadie.
stagehand.
Yeah, he's a roadie.
Yeah.
Brick's a roadie, 100%.
Basically, yeah. That's exactly what a stagehand is.
Tell
Okay.
me what to put where.
So we're not doing jobs quite yet, but I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
But for
Okay.
For Silk Ball, I already kind of put Greta in there, so you can add Greta. Get a Greta Gorin as a friend if you wish, but there are 2 other students there. That big dryad that you
Okay.
met on the week prior. You see him signing up for Silk Ball, and kind of to your surprise, a very normal-sized girl. This girl right here says her name is Tilana.
With the fancy bow.
Fancy bow.
Him.
Like very small compared to this big treant, this big orc, and
Yeah.
also this very large owlin. That's also signing up. You didn't see him at orientation because he is a second year. But he introduces himself as Javanesh Stoutclaw.
Look at that jacket.
Yeah, he is very broad-shouldered. His feathers
I got
very ruffled,
He's so cool.
and he's turning some heads
Oh,
as he
he is
approaches.
so
Oh, is he like
cool.
the bad guy? Is he the bad boy of the school?
Oh, look at that scar!
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
that's
the
what
scar.
I imagine you're saying this as he comes by.
Man, that is something else.
Are all the girls like?
A little bit, yeah.
I'd like to peep that cloaca.
Oh no, Kevin! No!
No.
Oh man.
But the person he's the actually the one who's doing the sign-ups. He's behind the booth. And then like when people start talking about his scar, he goes, "Yeah, I don't even know where I got it."
Wow. It's so cool. It doesn't even have a story.
Yeah. Then he kind of shakes his head a little bit. A little feather comes loose. His feathered hair is even more scruffy. He goes but he looks at Tilana. He goes not to discriminate, but Silk Ball is kind of a rough sport. It's like, you sure you're up for it? And she's like, "Yeah, I'm up for it. Don't worry about me." But Greta's like, it's like she's like, "You look like a twig, bro." He goes, "Yeah, but my brain. You're gonna need strategies. You're gonna be glad I'm on the team." The Stoutclaw's like, "Okay, we'll see." And he marks all your names down. He says, "Welcome to Silk Ball. Sorry we're not Mage Tower."
Nothing to be sorry about.
Alright. So you can choose to be friends with any one of those people, including the tree.
I have to pick one of
You
them.
have to pick one. They all seem to like you. Greta
Okay.
seems to like you the most since you're strong.
I might need.
She just
A
likes you
math.
for your muscles.
Yeah.
I assume Tilana sounds like the smart one. I might need a tutor, so I might be friends with her.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do, Tilana.
This just means like during like the events, like you just choose to spend more time with them. And maybe because you kind of want a study partner.
Yeah. Not to try to min-max my
Yeah, sure.
friendships.
Yeah.
You know what? I have better conversations with Greta. I'm changing that.
Okay. I mean that's fine. Do whatever you want. I mean they all think you're okay.
Oh wow.
But you get
They're gonna
one.
think I'm more than okay.
But you do get a friend point.
Okay.
For each club you join. So who's next? Okay, so we did Brick. Then we did. Who wants to be next? I forget who we did.
Well, I guess I'll go next.
Okay. So you picked. Oh yeah, I was going down the list here. Yeah, Erakos. You chose the student.
I chose
the student mages of faith, the more kind of religious oriented students.
Oh, I find myself curious to see how others get along with their god of their choice, and wouldn't mind seeing if I can turn somebody's ear to mine. But no, not being pushy about it.
So you do see that large treant. Kind of had a conversation with you previous week.
Howdy.
He goes, I too am interested in religions outside of the forest of nature. That's all I've known.
Well, death is very much a part of nature.
I'm more interested in life, personally. But I understand the cycle of it.
Indeed, you can't have new life without death. It's a delicate balance that must be maintained. Otherwise, things get messy.
Am I hearing a voice in the background?
Yeah, Brice, your
That's what
noise
you're
is coming
listening
through.
to.
Oh, sorry.
I started this repeating voice. I was like, who's that? Also coming out here is an Owlin who introduces himself as Shivardi Glintmantle.
Hello there. And how are you this fine day?
Hold on, I'm just quickly reading about the character. It says, he goes, it's like, yes, I just wish to learn more about the different deities of the multiverse. How they differ from my own. Actually, it's she, actually. Because when I leave Strixhaven, I wish to run a temple back in my forest. I believe that the more I know, then better I can serve my community.
That is indeed a noble cause.
So which one of these students do you think you would get along with more?
Well, I mean, Erakos is all about serving other people through his actions and whatnot. So I think he'd probably get along with Chivalry a bit.
He seems
more.
very chill too. He's like, you probably see him in one of your classes, where like he spilled a bunch of ink on one of his papers, and like he barely like batted an eye. He's just super chill about it.
I do like when people are super chill.
Yeah, so you can add Sherv Artie, Lint Mantle, give him a friend point.
Did we determine male, female?
It is she. The other owl one, definitely a he. Okay, so Val'ri.
Yes.
You chose the Play Actors Drama Guild,
Mm-hmm.
where our favorite boy persuaded you to join.
Quintilius.
Quintilius
fucking glove.
was just kind of waiting by that booth, just waiting for you to drop by. He was like, "Oh, I knew you'd come."
Well, it reminds me too much of home not to.
It's like we could, I noticed you said, I can't forget if we said this, but like, if you do a flip, and I failed to notice your centaur half, well, I guarantee you by the end of your time at Strixhaven, we'll have you doing flips, just like your famous aunt that you mentioned.
We'll see. She's pretty good at them, so if she can't teach me, then
He does so like myself. I also joined up in the Dead Languages Society, so I shall be performing all of my plays and lines of dialogue in long forgotten languages across the multiverse.
oh yeah, languages like what?
You know, like that race from Icewind Dale that I forgot the name of. But who else is in here? Okay. So this other girl is also at the table. Another first year. Introduces
she's
herself
pretty.
as Rubina.
I like her outfit. What is it with all these kids only wearing one fucking glove?
Oh, that's clever Luminancer. I know her.
You yell from across the.
No, this is out of character. It's fine.
Like flips in Dead Languages are okay, but by the time I leave Strixhaven, I'm gonna be the star of the show. The lead actress. This is, I'm gonna be perfect.
I'm sure you will be.
Quintilius goes, yeah, it's like, oh, I hope you do. You have so much potential. It's like, potential. I've already reached my potential. I'm just going beyond it now.
Well,
Sign me up.
I mean, if you already reached your peak, then... Oh god, this girl peaked in high school, didn't she?
Yeah, she peaked. Well, she should maybe, but she knows she's good. She was like, sign me up. And whenever you need a lead role, you'll know who to call. But I think your friend point's going towards Quintilius.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be a rival of Ravina
No.
here. Yeah, because the thing says, like, you can either choose to be a friend or a rival to someone. I was like, why would anyone choose to be a rival?
You get
Revia.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
obviously.
Yeah,
No,
so
it's all about my main one glove boy.
Yep. So another thing is like you just get a friend point for joining one of these clubs, but you can definitely like try to become friends with any of the other students.
Sure.
And I will like make a list of this so you remember who's in what. Things like that.
Does that mean I get another friend point with Quintilius?
Um
Or am I still only at one?
You made a very good impression your first meeting. And now I think you're officially friends with them.
Ah.
Boyfriend, no.
No. Not yet.
So this might be funny for Val'ri to have as a boon. But he is going to like when you start your classes, not classes, your sessions. He says, we need to learn how to speak up a little bit, have your voice heard. When I speak, people listen, and I shall teach you to do the same. So you can do this kind of at your own discretion. But your boon is you have adopted Quintilius's authoritative voice, and in dire situations, so when things are grim, your peers will obey you when you issue commands.
Oh.
That is a really funny thing for you to have.
Yeah. But he's gonna start like teaching you how to project your voice a little bit. Things like that. Which is funny for, session 2 this starts happening. But you can choose when to do it, obviously.
Yeah. Is that like a thing I can add to my...
Yeah, so there's a little thing
Okay.
that says boon. Here, I'll put it in the chat
Thank
so you can paraphrase it the way you like.
Thank you.
Okay. Who's left? Lilisula. You chose Mage Tower Cheer Squad and Gymnastics Club.
Yep.
This one's going to be easy because I believe you have the same friend in both of them.
Oh. A like-minded thrill seeker, I see.
Yeah. You met this Genasi at the orientation. The man with the dark skin, fiery hair.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, that guy.
Very charming smile. And like when you see each other, it's like this guy has the same energy you do. He's constantly in a good mood. You can just tell he has team spirit.
Mhm.
And like he's a member of the cheer squad and the gymnastics. He's like, yeah, I gotta keep limber, Like when I'm cheering
keep
on the
moving.
team, like, I can't tense up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I bet we can come up with some new moves, some new dances, you know?
Oh yeah, and I can do this, and then she does dancing lights, like kind of like fireworks
Yeah.
for a quick second.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. And he does something similar. Puts out his hands, little like fiery sparks come out. He just goes, I can just do that.
Yeah, me too.
I know, right? You just like immediately start talking about all the amazing performances you're gonna put on, and like you just know each other for 5 minutes.
We just won't shut up because, like, yeah, Lilisula's used to just making first impressions with people because she just has met so many people. So she's just really, really good at just being her, just enthusiastic, authentic self, like all the time. So
Yeah. So you can add Xanther Bowen.
Mhm.
I think it's a
He's
little
a
bit
free-
cheating if like if they're in 2 clubs and you have both of them where you get 2 friend points. So you're just gonna add it for 1 friend
Get the
point.
one. Yeah, we'll just get the one. That'll be fine.
But I think
I-
you two are gonna get along.
Yep.
Okay, so this is what happens when you're part of extracurricular activity. You basically get something called a student die,
Mhm.
which is a D4 you can add to an ability check a character makes, provided the check uses one of the skills listed in the extracurricular description.
Mhm.
So you all get one of these, but Lilisula will get 2.
How do I spell this guy's name? Sorry.
I think I put it on here, but I'll list it down there.
Yeah. Just so that I can jot it down.
Yeah.
Xanther Okay.
So I
And I
don't
got
want to
one
like slow things down by listing it
Yeah.
out before you knew what it was. But I'll tell you what. Here, we'll do Lilisula's first since you're right here. So you get 2 student die. For perception and persuasion.
Mhm.
And gymnastics is acrobatics and performance. And
those are those are both things that I'm good at.
yeah, and you use these. You use these every long rest. You get them back.
Okay.
So these are kind of like what they call, but we used it a little bit in our Eberron game. But these are D4s that you can add to any ability check that uses one of those things.
And I get 2 of them?
You get 2 of them. But you have to keep track of which one's which.
Okay, so the one for gymnastics is for the acrobatics and performance, or what was the other one?
Acrobatics, performance. Cheer squad is perception and persuasion.
Acro.
All right.
Yeah, well, perception not so much, but persuasion I can.
Yeah.
Oh no, never mind. I'm good at both of those things.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right, for
Oh, wait,
Val'ri, the Drama Guild.
Yes.
You get a dice in Arcana and Deception for some reason. So there you go. For Brick, for Silk Ball. You get one in Athletics and Intimidation.
Noise.
Erakos.
Mhm.
Yours will be in Insight and Religion.
That makes sense.
Revia. Investigation and Insight.
Good.
Yeah. All of these check out.
Yep. No one picked the live action role players. A little surprised. No
What
one
would that
won.
be? Performance?
It's actually performance and animal handling
Ah!
because you role play with the mascots.
That's funny.
And we get 1d4 for each.
You just get 1d4 in either one of those.
Oh, okay. So I'm like on a test or something.
Yeah, any ability check, which that doesn't include tests, any school roll.
It's not a one-time use. It's permanent or
Once a day. You can use
once
it.
a day.
Yep. You need a long rest.
Okay. Once a day, I can add 1d4 to either of those things.
Yes.
Okay, I'm on board now. Is that a trait that's in here that we could add?
Like in like Roll20?
Yeah.
Uh,
Or
if you do something custom, maybe. Otherwise, you'll just have to remember to do it.
Okay.
And you must do it before you know the results. So, like, when you're rolling, you can choose to do it before I say if it's a fail or a success. How about just for the sake of speeding things up, we'll do jobs in next session. But just so we don't lose anything, I'll like double the pay for the first time. So,
Alright.
unless you guys want to do that now, unless you want to get into the actual adventure part.
No, this is the adventure.
Yeah.
No, just keep
Yeah,
doing it.
no. It's just, I say keep doing it.
Okay. Alright, so in the next
You
hall of the
look at that.
Biblioplex is where they have all people signing up for jobs. There's definitely not as many students in this part. But you do see everyone's favorite goth girl, Aurora.
Yeah.
She's actually
Forward to it.
signing up to like manage the plants at the stadiums. If just since everyone wanted to meet her.
So ironic that she's tending something that requires sunlight to live.
It's a daywalker, Dudesky.
Yeah.
I don't know how any of this
It's
works.
still irony.
Alright, so
What he
jobs.
said. What she said.
I think everyone got a job except for Lilisula. For dormitories.
Really? I didn't expect most of you folks to get jobs.
So the benefit of this is you get 5 gold pieces every week
Awesome.
for being part of a job, and you also get a relationship point with a coworker. Alright, so for Revia, your dormitory cleanups.
Yeah.
Meet your coworker. Second year, named Nora and Wu. You probably wouldn't have seen her before since she is a second year. But you would kind of hear that she's like likes to get like she's almost like a student counselor, kind of like as a student she like people kind of come to her for advice. Be it
Ooh, I
like,
bet she knows a lot of secrets.
yeah, be it like lifestyle advice or studying advice.
That's good, because one of Revia's goals to do this was so that she could dig up dirt on people to write about it for the paper.
Yeah, but since this is a job, not just a club, she's gonna like grill you a little bit, saying it's like cleanup crew, that's not usually a desirable job.
Well, yeah. That's why I'm doing it. I mean, I've done time in these kind of boarding schools, and generally the people on the cleanup crew, like, you don't want to get on their bad sides, because they can make things go real bad real fast. So I thought, might as well get in on that. So then, because, I have some people would say I have a fiery temperament.
Not literally, I hope.
Revia does not
Because
comment.
you're like you look like a dragon.
Yeah.
Okay. You since students' residence are private for other students, you won't be cleaning up the dormitories, but some of the central living areas are more open, require cleaning in the hallways and in the lobbies, and just make sure it's neat and tidy. stay with us long enough, I hear you might be granted more privileges, like a little more responsibilities.
Revia like rubs her hands together in a Mr. Burns-esque way about hearing privileges.
Okay. This might take up a lot of your weekends, some of your time off, because that's when no, actually some of your free time during the week. So while other students are in class, that's when the dorms will be most empty. But welcome aboard. If you ever need anything, have someone to talk to. So if you miss home, or like you feel
Miss home? Nah, this is like a fairy tale. You have no idea.
Oh, glad you're fitting in
Revia
so quickly
cackles.
here. But if you feel out of sorts or need someone to talk to, like people say I'm easy to talk to, so.
Yeah, you can send any of those people my way. I have a way with words.
I'll do that.
Anything to help you out. Us on the clean team, we gotta stick together.
Alright. Next person. And there's no roll bonuses or anything. It's the benefit for this is that you will get a wage. But Erakos, specimen preparer for the laboratories.
I mean, I've had to handle some corpses in my day. It shouldn't be that different.
I'm actually going to switch to the Witherbloom campus because that's where these labs are. Witherbloom being a very swampy area where the Witherbloom campus is located. And you kind of find a secluded hut kind of near some of the other buildings. And like you say, well, this is the specimen preparer is. And you walk in and you just see a single figure kind of in the corner. And you recognize him as being a troll. He's just normal person size, but on this world, trolls have they're not all big gianty types. There are ones that are just kind of human sized, much more intelligent. This one is definitely one of the more intelligent types. And he doesn't really acknowledge you coming in. He's just in his corner. Like a building with some vials. And he's making really loud clicking noises with his tongue. Like
Pardon me. I'm here about the specimen preparer job.
He drops a vial.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you.
He turns around. Says, "Can I help you?"
Yes, I had mentioned. Hi, the name's Erakos. I'm here about the specimen preparer job.
You must be mistaken. The horticulture club is on Tuesdays.
No, ma'am. I am right where I want to be.
Ma'am?
Sir?
Sir.
Sir. My apologies again.
He says, Erzmatok Growish.
Pleasure to meet you. The name, as I had
Repeat it.
mentioned, is Erakos.
Repeat it.
Erzmatok Grosh.
Growish.
Grosh.
Growish.
Grosh.
At least he got the
Got it.
first name right. Specimen preparer.
Yes, I
No
have.
one likes preparing specimens. I'm used to being alone.
Well, I have had to handle some rather unfortunate remains in my day, so I am used to, let's just say, the non-finer things.
How are you with dung preparation?
Dung?
Dung excrement.
I would consider myself not a master of it, but I have had to do it once or twice.
I hope you're a quick learner, because if you're going to work with me, it's going to be a lot of dung.
Well, having had to deal with the rotting remains of those who have passed, I believe dung is the least of my worries.
I want to be left alone while you're preparing. I have my own experiments.
That is perfectly fine. While I do like being friendly, I'm also not one to be pushy.
Like, if you could just pretend you're not here, mostly.
If you'll just have instruments and, what I need to prepare.
How are you with
out,
needles?
I'm a fair hand with needles.
You're going to have to poke a lot of things with needles. Living
Ah,
things.
I should have done this one. Man, this troll's great.
Well, we will see what happens, and I shall do my very best to. What I don't know, I shall pick up as soon as I can.
He turns around. Bet you won't last 2 weeks like the other guy.
Ma'am, I have seen
Ma'am?
and done. Sir, pardon me, there's some kind of smell in here that is missing with my senses, and I suppose I'll have to get used to it, but it is throwing me for a bit of a loop.
It's the dung.
Oh, I just thought it was the. Oh, no, that checks. Erakos is having a few second thoughts about this, but is willing to put them aside.
He basically explains, like, if there's ever living specimens that need experiment on, mostly for Witherbloom, with these pests, it's like, you'll be in charge of, like, preparing them. Mixing any potions or elixirs that are going to be used in the experiments. But he kind of made the notes, like, the reason why he chose this is that not many people want to do it, and he's kind of be left alone. And although he has not been antagonistic towards you, I'm going to say you get a -1 point towards him, because he's just kind of annoyed he has to deal with another person right now.
All right.
Right, Brick. Stage hand. Right for Brick.
That's me.
Performing arts. Okay, so I'm going to... Greta actually works here too.
Ah.
So what I said about Silkball, she's still on the team. But if you want, you can have her for the friend for the job. She works as a I'm trying to see what she does. She's a equipment assistant at the Strixhaven Stadium. Wait, hold on. I thought she said...
You're in the wrong section.
Oh, I am in the wrong section. Because I was saying Aurora's here too, but that yeah, I was looking under Strixhaven Stadium. Sorry, they're close together. You meet a human named Laureen, fellow first year.
Okay.
Oh.
She's so cute.
Quandrix, if you would believe it.
I believe it.
Yep.
But you kind of find out that she's going to be running the ticket booth.
Okay.
At the stages. She kind of lets you on a secret though. She goes,
Ooh.
"I'm horrible with numbers.
You're not alone there.
I'm hoping that if I have to handle a lot of money, that I would get better at adding big things together."
What? Do I know? Did we talk? And I know she's planning on Quandra. I guess I can just role play that. But
Yeah.
Which school are you planning on going into?
The number one, the math one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, all right then.
Yeah. It's a personal challenge to myself.
Yeah, let's just hope none of that money goes missing.
It also says she's part of the water dancing club, but she's horrible at choreography.
Oh my god, she is just.
So
Kind of a hot mess.
yeah, yeah, that's what I've been told.
I'm certainly not good with the numbers myself, but maybe between the two of us we can figure something out.
Are you going to Quandrix too?
Not a chance.
Oh, well, I think you might have
I'll
made
be
a
in the
better
morale.
decision, but like I said, I'm going to beat this thing. I'm gonna do my best, and I'll be rooting for you backstage. I'm guessing you'll be picking up heavy things.
You know it. I pick up something heavy.
Yeah. Wow, that's heavy.
Yeah, it is. Not to me. Maybe to you.
So impressive. See, like, if you were me, then, like, you would have all those muscles and not be able to lift anything. But you can add her as a friend. Give herself a friend point.
Will do.
And, this would be a place where, students will... It's in the, Silver Quill campus. It's where a lot of students will be putting on performances. So I think Lilisula, might make use of this stage.
Oh, of course. Because I'm good at it.
All right, for Val'ri, you'll work at the Biblioplex.
Yeah.
Any specific job that you were thinking about there?
I have to look at the thing again. Hold on. Shoot, where did it go?
Here, I can listen. I can look.
Oh, there it is. Book clerk, book shelver, cafe worker, cleanup crew member, garden tender, store worker. Oh, do I have to pick one? I thought it was like a little bit of everything.
I mean, it's flavor. You can kind of be anything you want.
Because I like the idea of her being like I like she has different shifts, right? So it's like, oh, one day she'll do like cafe work, one day she'll do garden tending, one day she'll be the book clerk.
I'll be back in just a second, you guys. Keep
Okay.
doing your thing.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna love this guy.
Okay.
He's your coworker. What is he mostly doing? Yeah, he's gonna be a book clerk.
Mm-hmm.
is a very large minotaur
Ooh.
named
Look at him!
Aasimar Yarzak.
Oh,
So it's a very large minotaur man
I like how his little book looks
Yeah.
so small.
Oh.
with the
Man,
round
tiny book.
glasses. He walks up to you and very softly, hi, my name's Dresmo. Hello.
Hi, I'm Val'ri.
Hi. I like your glasses.
I like yours too.
Oh, they're it's a match made in heaven.
Just 2 peas in a pod.
Oh, 2 cinnamon rolls.
Your glasses look so big on your head, and they look so small on mine. We're kind of like opposites.
Your horns look really big though, and mine are really small.
We kind of have the same ears, though.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm gonna be working with the books, because I can reach really high on the shelves.
Oh yeah, that's a really useful skill to have.
I have to be careful, so I don't. You guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going great.
I'm letting it happen.
I have to be careful not to handle the books too hard.
Oh, because you have really big hands.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Because they're big, they're so that they'll break, might break the books. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
Okay. I like your hooves.
Thank you.
You have
I
more.
like yours too.
You have more than me.
Yeah, I have 4.
Yeah, I only have 2.
I mean, they're better than feet.
I think so.
Feet look weird.
Yeah, what's up with that? How do they
Imagine
How do they
having, like-
run?
Yeah, I
those
don't.
things.
And like you can't hear it.
Yeah, it's like they're sneaking up on you, and like they're being so sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if I'm talking too loud. I can soften up a bit if you want.
No, that's okay. It's a good pitch.
Okay. Yeah.
Everyone else here is really too loud, honestly.
I know, right?
So do you work? Of course you work here.
Yeah.
I'd like to work.
I mean,
here.
I've worked here. I've worked here last year too. I'm a second year.
Oh, that's really cool. Well,
His eyes
What?
kind of light up a little bit. Says, "Are you going to Quandrix?"
no.
Oh.
And she just like visibly deflates, like, No, I'm Silver Quill.
Oh.
I want to be Silver.
They're kind of some of the loud people.
Yeah, maybe I could make them quiet. I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not good at math.
I like poems.
Poems are really nice.
Yeah.
You know, you can, like, perform them on stage and stuff.
I tried to.
Maybe that's something weird that my dad
I
did.
tried
don't
to
know.
go to Silver Quill, and they said I didn't have the energy because I'd like to read too much. So
There's nothing wrong with reading.
when I got to choose my school, I chose Quandrix because they like to read a lot in there.
I like to read.
Oh,
That's why I wanted to work here.
this is he goes, I know a place with a lot of books. Yeah. like awkward laugh. All right. Got off on the right hook.
I love
Wow.
him. He's so cute.
So you can add,
Aasimar.
yep, so you can add a friend point with him.
I'm just making friends with all the boys. Let's go. Who knew she had it in her?
I think
It's
that's
the quiet
everyone.
ones you got to worry about.
He's so fucking cute. I love him.
Yeah, it
Oh,
says,
better hope Quintilius doesn't see.
Works as a book clerk, assisting students in finding requiring texts and shelving returns. He moves silently through the stacks, and he has given more than one student a scare when they've turned around the corner to suddenly find him there.
Oh, bless.
Quintilius would know who he is because he is also in the Dead Language Society.
Oh, okay. So we'll have like little hangouts with all my buddies. Cute.
Yeah, he says they tried to recruit him to the sports teams, but he was uncomfortable there.
Oh.
He is so soft spoken that many of his peers must ask him to speak up.
Relatable.
Over 7
Relatable.
feet tall.
Oh, bless.
Oh, and like when he gets up to walk, you notice he's stooping because he's kind of self-conscious about how big he is. He tries to be fairly smaller. Right. I think that is everyone. Let's take a little break, and then we'll get started on the adventure part.
Oh,
Hell
good,
yeah.
glorious.
With all the intro. Now we can actually begin.
Yeah, so
I was here for a lot of that, by the way. You guys.
No, it's good.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, this is we're getting to know the new thing. So a lot of introductions in this one, but
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just giving
fine.
you a hard time.
hey, let's just take a little break. Gotta read over the next section a little bit.
All right.
All right, cool.
This is only the second session. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And yet it's the first issue of Inkfield that I will continue every week.
I love it.
Inkfield.
Y'all hear?
Inkfield, check out their Discord.
Oh yeah.
That's what Revia is submitting to the paper.
Grayson Wildebeest. I really want Revia to call him that now. Hey, Wildebeest.
Yeah, that her whole point is she wants to everyone to make fun of him by calling him effectively John Arbuckle. But he's like, I don't know why they say it like that.
After your first week at Strixhaven, since you've conquered that mimic at the orientation, you gained some extra points. But you notice that you're in the top 2 for the first year students. The other team seems to be Team Gorgon, who you've met some of the students in that one.
Oh, sorry, I got really excited. I saw my man. He's not him.
In Team Gorgon, if you remember during session 0, I had you roll a random dice, and these are your rivals. Not necessarily they're going to be antagonistic against you, but they're overachievers. They're going to do their best to outperform you. So you got Greta, Grayson, Yowlin, Varney, and the Dryad, Melithorn, and also someone you haven't met yet named Cad Oris. Green-haired
They're
elf.
cute.
It's Shivadri, I believe.
Shavadri.
2, 4, 6, 8. You're not a winning candidate.
I noticed that we're all friends with.
At least one person, yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of happened to be like that. So it's a friendly rivalry, I think.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, no, not Team Gorgon, though.
I kind of want to move over someone else from that group, but this is what we rolled. So
That's okay.
So those are going to be your rivals. They're going to be competing with points. The idea is that unless you start doing really badly, these are the ones that are kind of keeping up with you, points-wise. But we're going to do another week of study. So each of you with the job can add 5 gold
Woo.
to your pot.
Okay.
into your inventory. And this might take up the rest of the session. We'll start with the adventure next time.
Cool.
But we'll do another round of weekly studies. We'll usually do this before each adventure part because it could impact how you do it. I just want to do the first one as kind of like a little test. But we'll start. Just go in order. We'll start with Val'ri.
Okay.
Roll me a d4.
3.
3. Okay, so it's history of magic and art. So roll me a. Those are the things I'm on here. Athletics, acrobatics, performance, persuasion, or sleight of hand.
Ooh, I'll do sleight of hand.
And for this,
Well-
tell me the actual. Okay, so it's +5, so you rolled a 12. Okay, you actually get an event.
What?
Oh,
Let's go.
Yay!
Yeah. Events, yeah, we love it. So roll me a d4.
Another one.
Yep.
Okay. 1.
1. 2, 2, 2. I'm just gonna read this out. So you take a field trip to a place called Opus Walk, which I do not know about. Let's see if I can quickly look what that is. Probably on the Prismari campus.
It sounds pretty.
Yeah.
Opus walk? Hope it's a garden.
Opus Walk. Hundreds of Prismari creations are displayed along a path that winds through the central campus buildings, giving the path its name, the Opus Walk. Some famous pieces of magical art have been displayed along Opus Walk for centuries, while others transient bursts of creativity only last a few moments. So it's where the Prismari students kind of show off their creations. But during a field trip to Opus Walk, a rival group member, so someone that doesn't, well, in this case, just some mean student, attempts to trip your character into one of the pieces of an art display. Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
A 9.
Fuck, Dex is my highest stat.
Make
too.
it
Yeah.
Grayson. Grayson did it.
Okay, let's say Grayson just kind of walks into you, maybe on purpose, but you unfortunately slip into knock over kind of a magical vase that's created of living magic, and it kind of shatters on the ground.
Oh no.
And you try to talk your way out of it, but you just have to admit you did bump into it. You don't know who ran into you. And you lose 10 points.
No. Double rude.
Val is in tears. Like blubbering.
Lilisula's doing her best to try to cheer her up.
Yeah, so who else was in this? Val'ri.
Oh yeah, who's
so,
there? I'm sorry.
yeah, so Revia is in this class with you, and Lilisula.
Oh, okay.
Give me a perception check. See if you saw who bumped into her.
Okay. Would you want me to do it too?
Yeah. Revia and
Oh!
yeah, you saw that Grayson.
Probably didn't see shit.
Revia
start-
doesn't care.
You saw that Grayson kind of purposely kind of ran into you after you were kind of like going on about this particular piece of art, and maybe you just thought you were talking too much.
Now we're gonna have like a picture of Lilisula doing like the most insane grimace at Grayson every single chance she can, just constantly grimacing at him.
Well, maybe you would be interested in my hit new comic, Inkfield. You can read about it in the school paper.
A professor says that they think they'll be able to prepare it with some magical work. But for it was kind of a long-standing piece.
I didn't do it on purpose.
I feel bad.
No, feel good.
This writer just wrote something, but now I feel bad that the character had to
No,
do it.
you have to own it. She should have walked better if you didn't want to break it.
What the fuck, dog?
Oh. Aren't you glad I invited
did it?
Kevin?
Who did it?
No, that's OOC. In
Who
care,
did it?
OOC would say, "Do you have the do you have one of the spells? Prestidigitation or thaumaturgy?"
I have thaumaturgy.
Well, we can fix this problem eventually. 'Cause I got a plan for an ultimate attack. But I need someone else with one of those spells.
But why did he
A
do
professor
it?
does see how upset you are. And, the professor knows, like, eventually this will be fixed, and they go, if you agree to stay after class and aid in the preparation of the, of the magical art, perhaps we can be a little more lenient.
I'd love to help.
Okay. I'll just subtract 5 points.
I mean, okay, thank you so much. See, Jess is evil. Val is not.
Oh my god. Lilisula is not going to snitch on Grayson because she is not someone. She
Stitches
knows
get
the
stitches.
stitches. On top of that, she doesn't get mad. She gets even.
I'm just trying to
Hell
figure
yeah.
out why Grayson would do this, but maybe you just have
Because
a
I'm
bad...
friends with Revia, so therefore by proxy, I'm an enemy.
No, I just want him. I don't know. I just
Either
wanted
they're-
him because he was there. He's one of our rival characters.
I mean,
We
they
gotta,
get
like,
along okay,
we gotta
yeah.
make him more of a heel.
He will later tell you, Revia. He says, how do you think about clumsy centaur destroys priceless work of art in the Opus way? How's that for not a headline, but
You should
Prominent
probably put her
story.
name in the paper.
no, we'll leave it anonymous.
Nah, you gotta own it.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, am I saying this around the others, or is
No,
this
you
just
say this
between the
during
two?
like one of the Strixhaven Star private meetings.
Oh yeah, no, you gotta put her name in there. Like, students have the right to know about the news.
The
The news should show no partiality.
The teachers don't like it when we use names and a
Well,
legend.
then put a description of her at least. You know, like put in, use some kind of descriptive language that you could always tell it was her. Something like,
centaur-like.
you could say like a fawn-esque centaur broke the thing and dropped her glasses. So then they would know it was her.
Okay, I was gonna say, does Revia know that it was actually?
Oh, he told her.
No, oh, okay.
No, I'm assuming he told him that he did it, and she can put
It
two
was
and two
barely
together.
a bump.
And she's basically agreeing and saying, "No, that was a good idea."
I'm not mean to be this mean to Revia, I'm sorry. To Val'ri, I'm sorry. But he was just like, it's like, accident prone. It was more for science.
It's
No, I
okay.
hear you. That's
His
great.
own personal science than to get you in trouble. He's
I imagine like Lilisula, like after Grace had walked away, Lilisula would probably have been looking at him like,
Yeah, grimacing, like full ass grimacing,
Okay, so,
like
it's okay. I'll
pouted
just,
lip and everything.
yeah, so,
I'll just tell Brick, and then he'll go and beat him up.
yeah, since he doesn't have a problem with you, there's not going to be any rival points. But
Yeah.
he knew he like did something, like just to see if it's true if you were clumsy, you know, because he heard kind of rumors that on like the floors you kind of like slip around real easily. He wanted to test it out.
Fucking dickhead.
Yeah, kind of.
That's
No,
the exact
definitely.
face I'm making right now. That's the one.
Okay, Revia. Roll me a d4.
Gotcha.
What do you roll? 3?
3.
Right, Revia. This is during the same class. History of Magical Arts. Roll me one of those rolls. Athletics, acrobatics, performance, persuasion, sleight of hand.
Rolled 11, and with the bonus is a 16.
16. Yeah, so you on the same field trip, you again start just listing off facts. It's the same facts Val'ri was doing that you probably heard from her, but you're doing it in front of a teacher, so you sound really smart.
Yeah! That is a Revia move!
Yeah. So you earn 5 points for that. Brick.
We have broken even.
Yeah, back where you were. Brick, roll me a D... whatever. A D4.
Who was that?
Brice, Brick.
Gotcha.
Brick Sally.
Brick Sally.
Yeah, 3 for you. Law 3s. This is the beginning of computational magic. Quandrix. You're the only one from your team that attended this class. But sitting right next to you is a Pinwig, the owl boy, the tiny owl boy,
Wonderful.
who's picked the closest chair next to you and is sitting as close as possible. Even though there's plenty of room, but he's like taking no notice of it.
Hey.
He goes, yeah, like, oh hello, I didn't even notice you there. You're the big one that I met in the painting room. Didn't you pick me
Yep.
up or something? I don't quite remember.
One of my friends gave you a hug, I believe.
Oh yes, I still have nightmares. Roll me a Arcana, History, Insight, Investigation, or Nature check.
Arcana, history, insight, investigation, or nature.
I might write these down so you can just look at them. A 6. Again, you are struggling.
It makes sense. I mean,
Like they start listing off like mathematical equations, like fractal patterns of like magical spells. Like almost even deep stuff even for a beginner's class.
we got pretty advanced for year one.
And some people are like, it's almost like addition to like some of the more knowledgeable mages. And you're not grasping it.
I'm not surprised.
Lilisula, roll me d4.
Okay. Alright, give me just a second. I turned down the DPI on my mouse so it's not nearly as fast as it used to be. Anyway.
1. Just like a snail. It's a 1.
But it makes me a better shot in Fortnite, so,
Yeah. Think about doing that. Even though mine set to default. Lilisula. Alright, basic magical auras.
That's
Oh.
not a class I take.
Says it is here.
Is it?
Did
Am
it-
I an idiot?
Did
I
I
might
did I write down the wrong one?
Hold on, I might be a moron. Hold on. You're probably right. Hold on. You might be right. You're probably right. I am stupid. Yes, I did pick that. It's I picked basic magic auras, art and magic history, and incomancy. You're right. I'm stupid. Don't listen to me.
Okay, since it's a general study ones, you automatically get an event.
Oh, glorious.
I think.
Oh, glorious. I mean, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, it's great.
Glorious indeed. But anyway, lay it on me. I say like this, and my little bouncing Lilisula icon is like, she's all sweet and buttery and little, and I'm like, oh, give me the thing.
Yeah, roll me another d4.
Okay, yeah, let me do that for you. Sorry, I was choking down some zero sugar Mountain Dew.
Yuck.
What's the point?
It tastes identical to normal Mountain Dew. The point, Dustin, is to not get diabetes.
The point is that it's Dungeons and Dragons, and you have to be drinking either Mountain Dew or eating a Cheeto. At least one.
Yeah, so as you're learning about magnetic fields and how it relates to auras.
Magnets, how do they work?
Well, maybe you don't know how they work because you accidentally create one that's a little too strong. And all of a sudden, these magical, all these metal objects in the room start flying towards you. Give me a dexterity saving throw. See if you can avoid. All of a sudden, all the knives start going towards you.
Oh.
17. Yeah, you put those stance moves to good use, and you quickly duck under the table as all the the wands and metal stuff just kind of hit the table instead of you.
I am Lilisula. I am the master of magnetism and hiding under tables.
And then the aura kind of dies down. And everyone just kind of has a nice laugh, and the teacher's like, settle down, settle down.
Revia shouts, "My knife!" She runs over there and then grabs a random knife that's clearly not hers and then walks away.
Yeah, most of you witness this except for Val'ri. But the teacher's like,
Too busy crying.
Yeah, she doesn't go out of her room. But it's like, oh, it happens every year. Some of their magnets are a little too strong.
Sorry, I didn't see the decimal point that I was supposed to put on there. I just thought they were the whole number values.
Alright, Erakos. Erakos,
Roll
give me
D4?
D4, yep.
1 D4 coming up. A 1.
1. Right, Arcanobotany for beginners, Witherbloom.
Yeah, I have this class.
Yeah, that's why I picked it. Because you have it.
Hooray.
Alright, so roll me a... For Witherbloom. Animal handling, nature, medicine, or survival.
Alright. 8.
8.
Hold on. Don't I have a... Nope. Just an 8.
You can use your student dies on these, by the way.
I don't have student die for that.
Okay.
Unless... Oh. You did... What was one of them was insight, right? No? No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's right. You're that religion one. Yeah, so not much of this. Yeah, you're starting to get some plants you're not familiar with. And
yeah.
you mix up two, and it just ruins the potion that you're making. And it's like so bad it like stinks out the place and gets everyone annoyed. And like you look back, it's like, oh, it's such an obvious mistake that I made. But yeah, you have to pay attention to the number of leaves on these plants, because you don't want to make a dangerous potion by accident.
No, I know. I'm just dealing with plants that I've not dealt with before, and this is definitely not my normal skill level. And I truly so. Is that you want me to stay after and help clean up, or you?
It's just kind of it's an outdoor class, so all the smoke kind of cleared up. So it's like, no worries. But Mellythorn, the big treant, like makes a perfect potion out of the plant, and the teacher's so impressed that they give his team 5 points. So they're catching up with you. I think that's all for now. Do you want to continue for a little more? Or do you want to explore kind of the next area, which takes place in one of the cafes?
From what the
I
group
can
wants to
seriously
do.
go either way. I don't want to go.
It's kind of a
I
nice.
don't want to risk going past midnight.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice
So-
stopping point. So
Yeah, that's what I vote then.
okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
We could always
That's
RP for half an hour.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Yeah, so we'll
Just saying.
officially end here.
Aww.
But I'm saying like, as far as like the adventure goes, but if you want RP, then we're definitely more than welcome to.
I did have a question I wanted to ask everyone on the team.
Mm-hmm. What's on your mind?
Imagine we're
Okay,
sitting
so
down
I
eating
was
lunch or
very
something.
concerned when we had to go kill the mimic that all of the students and staff ran away from a fight. I think that bodes that's kind of not what I'm looking for in a bunch of wizards is cowards. But you guys, you did it, and that's pretty cool. So I want to know, just to get it out in the open, how many of you have killed an animal, a magical creature, and or a sapient person, like whatever, like a human or elf or whatever. Just like, I want to know what you've killed, and will you be willing to kill if needed?
In
Well-
what lengths will you go?
Exactly. I need to know before, in case we have problems or something comes in here, and then like I don't want anyone cowarding out when we gotta do what needs to be done.
And then Lilisula kind of puffs out her chest, and she's like, "I will have you know, I am the Badger Queen, and I've killed a few badgers.
Wow.
But it was when I was a little kid because, badgers are crazy and they'll try to kill you. And so I had to defend myself, and like when it happened, I cried a lot but then Uncle Lothar was like, "You're a mighty warrior now, Lilisula," and then I was like, "Oh." So I was crying a lot, and I was inconsolable. But then he was like, "Oh, you're a mighty warrior now," and we made a hat out of one of the badgers, and it was. But that is not the point. The point is, I am willing to defend myself if I need to, because adventuring's dirty work, and that kind of comes with the territory of being an adventurer.
If you were their queen, why didn't you just tell them to stop?
Well, I had to become the queen, and I had to
Oh,
fight them, so I became the Badger Queen.
I got you.
Yeah, so that they.
Establishing the hierarchy.
Yeah, that's what. Here's a picture of me as the Badger Queen. Hold on, I'm finding it right now. Hold on.
Wow, she goes and finds that. I've had to put down some restless spirits, let's call them,
There you
in
go.
my travels. So yeah. Yes,
Okay,
that
so you're
is-
good with monsters, but what about like animals and or people?
Well, I've had to fend off a few animals from when I was traveling. So I mean, I don't like taking life, but I will if it's necessary for the preservation of life.
Gotcha. We'll kill. That's all I need to know. Brick, what about you, my man?
I've had to slaughter more than my fair share of meat animals back home, but as far as magical creatures, well, I did have to personally slaughter my pet. That was the first one I had to take out. It really taught me a lesson. She was magical to me, so I don't know if that counts. And
It counts.
he tears up a little. Yeah, as far as
Is this like a like old Yeller situation?
yeah, no, it was just he had a pet chicken or
Oh no,
a pet chicken.
you got attached to the pig.
Yeah, and I got taught a lesson
Oh no, okay.
about
I'm
farm life.
imagining a little kid Brick got attached to one of the pigs, and then when Eberron Thanksgiving came, your dad was like, son, it's time for you to become a man.
All right, son. Let's go.
No, Paul, let me do it.
He has to come from me, Paul.
It's my chicken. It's my dog. I got it.
Gotta take
What-
old Yeller back out behind the shed.
when Brick starts like tearing up, Val will just like place a hand on his arm. Because I imagine it's large, so having to
Tiny.
yeah.
Oh, the goldfish.
I guess as far as
Try to take my goldfish for a walk. It
People
don't. It
say-
don't have no walk speed.
can swim, but not
It's
on
all,
land.
it's all swim speed.
I just kept spitting on it so it has something to swim in.
Oh, like
no.
you gotta be free.
Oh. As far as people shaped things, I mean, never meant to hurt anyone, but back on the goat ball field, you did what had to be done. So, I'm no stranger to the physical nature of life, if that answers the question.
Yeah, it does. I just need to know if you're not gonna freak out if we have to kill someone, because I suspect that in this magical place someone's gonna try. I don't know. Usually these kind of places have some kind of cabal, or underbelly, or overbelly. Some kind of shenanigans that's gonna happen, and you're gonna have to kill someone. Have to take a life.
I think it's gonna be that tiny owl thing.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's when you have a desperation. That's usually what they look for. What about you, Val'ri? Tell us your murder experience.
I've never had to kill anyone before.
What are you
Well-
talking about?
What
Or
about
anything.
like a monster or an animal?
No. I don't know.
Not
mean,
even in the carnival?
No! There's
But-
people there.
You live in the Feywild. That's what they do all the time. They love murder.
No, they don't.
Oh, I think you had like the other one, the dark one.
Maybe in that you're part of the Feywild.
Like I always
What's
get
the dark
Fey-
one? The Shadowfell? Isn't that
Shadowfell.
what you're doing?
Yeah, there is a dark carnival.
Unseelie Court?
Yeah, there is a dark carnival at the
Yeah.
in the Shadowfell. Maybe she got mixed.
Yeah, the Dark Carnival. Whoop whoop.
Well,
I mean,
I don't think she's part of anything dark. Look at her.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe I'll have to help you out, Val'ri. the way Mother helped me out. You see, when I was a young girl of 6 years of age, my mother, the Red Dragon, who I out of character forgot her name, decided to give me a very special present. So she took me into her volcano lair and had a tied up person with a bag on their head. And she said, "Now, Revia," I mean, obviously in like a draconic tone, "you need to learn how to take a life." So she gave me a knife and told me to get at it. And I was scared at first, but after the 5th time I stabbed an innocent stranger, I've eventually deadened my heart, and I've thanked her for that every day of my life.
I really wish you could see my face right now, because that's the exact face Val'ri is making. She's just looking at Revia like, what the fuck? like side eye.
This is proper draconic parenting.
Lilisula is like, she's kind of holding back tears of laughter because she's like, "Did you just seriously tell me a story about where you killed something and then you described the situation as if you were scared? You said scared?"
Yeah, I was very scared. That's all I thought when I was a child.
Okay, I'm just making sure I understand.
Was this like an adventurer that tried to steal your mother's hoard?
Yeah, it was just literally some guy on like the path, and she like took him, gagged him, tied him up, put a bag over his head, and said, "Now, daughter, you're going to learn how to kill today." You're like 6 years old.
Hey, Joey, can I play an evil character? It's like, well, I don't know, but okay.
Well,
No, this is the backstory.
Yeah.
This is part of what you need to know to understand how the inner workings of Revia Redscale's mind.
I was gonna say I played 2 campaigns with Vale. I've got a pretty good idea how the Redscales work. So
Vale,
thankfully,
on canon, Vale does not have a last name because he's not technically part of the family.
Oh my goodness.
So, like, Revia Redscale is important, but Vale is just Vale. He has no last name. Because all the bastard children do not get a last name.
I imagine that we're like sitting at like, I don't know, like the lunch hall or something, probably.
Oh yeah, this is just like after class.
Yeah, you're hanging out like in the central campus.
Val's like looking around, like for her other friends. Like, God save me.
And
Can I join in like another team?
yeah. Well, hearing that other people are talking about their childhoods, Erakos starts talking and goes, you know, when I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band.
God fucking damn it! I knew it.
Was it called the Black Parade?
He said, "Son, when you grow up, you're going to be the savior of the broken." And I think you all get the joke from here.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got it.
Sorry, I guess I missed something.
You need to brush up on your emo music.
Oh, is that a St. Clown posse?
Yeah,
No. It's My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, that song. Okay.
Yeah, it's the emo song.
Yeah.
To be honest, I had to bring it up at least once. I will never do it again.
Revia,
Yeah.
you don't plan on like actively killing somebody, do you?
Not if I don't need to.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not gonna kill you guys. What? You think I'm not a psychopath?
No, I didn't say us. I just meant like, in general.
Well, I mean, the option's always on the table. But
But, like-
you don't go for it.
Like, you're not just gonna like kill somebody in cold blood, right? Like, you're gonna have a good reason for doing it.
I mean, I'll have a reason.
A good reason?
Yeah, probably. I mean, think about it. We're in like a magical like school. You don't just murder for no reason. Because then bad things will happen to you.
You
And
got
listen,
this-
as Revia Redscale, you need to make sure that nothing bad happens to you until you reach your apex of power.
When you first got to Strixhaven, first rule on the first page in big bold letters was no murder.
I don't
Oopsie.
think there's ever a good reason. Like, with, hmm.
Have you ever had to fight off a badger with nothing but a kitchen knife?
No.
Oh,
you haven't-
well, I have. Sometimes there are things that just won't listen when you're telling them no, so you have to deal with them with a kitchen knife.
Val
Or
is
not-
suddenly
or you have
realizing
to
that either she lived a very sheltered life growing up, or she just did not have the same life experiences as everybody else.
I would also say fire. Fire is also a good choice, or light if you have access to that.
Or you could just not hurt people.
Oh,
'Cause
Oh,
that's
badgers aren't
mean.
people, but I get where you're coming from, though.
Like, you know, like, because
well, I was talking about the murderous undead, but that's
Yeah, what if
They
it is undead? That's a really
Well, they
good, you know.
they didn't choose that life.
Well, what if they did? I mean, I have and then like Lilisula points at her, like at her sternum. She's like, I have a bone shard from a lich, and he like chose to be that way, and he's undead.
Well,
Cool.
okay, yeah, I guess so, but
wait. Back, Erakos kind of like slowly turn, like clocks at what she said, looks at Lilisula and goes, "A what?"
Oh, I'm a living phylactery. Or I'm supposed.
neat.
Yeah,
oh,
that's why I have these powers, and she has the Eldritch blasts and at the ready. And it's like, it's just like, oh yeah, I have superpowers because I siphoned them from a lich.
when she says, when Lilisula says she's a living
So-
phylactery, Val like backs up and like scoots behind Brick a little bit, just like
you're saying you have absorbed the soul of a lich.
Oh no, I'm an empty vessel. I'm supposed to be a vessel for a lich, but they haven't caught me yet.
Oh,
well,
this is interesting.
ah,
I
well,
always considered having going into
I will-
lichdom with some phylacteries.
Oh, it's kind of weird and complicated. It's like a
Yeah,
fingerprint.
I wouldn't reckon as a cleric of the grave, I would highly dissuade you from going into lichdom. I would pretty much be obligated to kill you.
Well, I was gonna say, Dad says that servants of the lich are stupid anyway, and that's why yeah.
Eh,
Like
but-
apparently, good help is hard to find these days, and stuff like that.
yeah, most people have better sense than to work for a lich. It tends to be a very short-term job.
Oh well,
Well, at
Dad
least for
says
you.
that.
Well, unless, for your
was gonna
soul
s-
at least.
Well, I was gonna say, Dad says that like Drow are always finding new and unusual gods to worship and things like that, and that's it's really weird. It's a very strange situation.
if
Eh,
but if you have like a lich looking for you or people looking for you, doesn't you being here, isn't that really dangerous?
Oh no. As a matter of fact, this is one of the safest places for me to be like ever, because I'm surrounded by some of the most powerful mages in the multiverse here.
Yeah, no,
So-
I as a native of this realm, I would tell you, you would have to be a special kind of stupid to attack Strixhaven. I mean,
Well-
I'm talking astounding levels of stupid.
I mean, if someone wants you that bad, though, they probably won't stop at anything.
Yeah, and they'll probably go after you too. Because you're her friend. They'll go after you first, and there's nothing you'll be able to stop it. So you shouldn't worry about it. I mean, I don't.
I mean,
Well, yeah. So, like the last time somebody came and attacked us, I stabbed my aunt in the eye, and she swore revenge and things like that. But like, I said like, well, not without depth perception, you won't. And then she took off into the night and screaming curses, and it's been about 4 years since that.
No, that's good. That's good to know. Like, that's the kind of gumption we need in case, like, an angry relative or an assassin or, like, a demon or like a cybernetic horror from beyond the space and time. You know, one of those shows up. We need to be able to go beast mode. Get them.
Oh, if there's some sort of undead thing, I am extremely qualified with putting them down.
Yeah, the undead kind of spooked me, but I think it just might be the bone shard resonating with it.
Well, that could be a possibility. It's also the possibility that you're slightly traumatized from your experience, and that's how you express it. I mean, that is genuinely a thing.
Erakos, don't you like prepare specimens and stuff for like the weather bloom and whatever?
Oh yes.
Maybe one day you could take Val'ri down there so she can get some like experience with the muck and grime, so she can kind of like get used to it.
I've been more than happy to help her with such things, but I will let her know that my coworker is not the most socially minded. In fact, he has said, and I quote, I'm just gonna pretend you don't exist.
Well, maybe you should, maybe you just gotta be really nice.
Yeah, Val'ri could go with you to like the poop mine, and then she can help you with your social work, and then you can help her like stab a small little grub to death, so she can finally firsthand experience the sweet, sweet ecstasy of watching something's life drain from its eyes.
I don't want to go to the poop mine.
It's not a poop mine. It is
mire.
It's not even. It's not.
Field, really.
After a week of working at the Witherbloom specimen thing, some of these creatures, oh boy.
It's like all anuses down there.
I will fully admit there is a lot of dung that has to be dealt with.
Pests are, small, but the big remains.
Yeah,
more comes out than goes in.
Yeah, somehow.
It makes no logical sense that something that small poops that large. I don't get it. I've stopped trying to think about it because the longer I think about it, the less sane I get.
That sounds right.
Brick, you get where I'm coming from, right? She's like desperate, like, please God, someone side with me.
He's still thinking about the chicken he had to kill.
I mean, I'm just trying to be helpful. I'm not. If I'm upsetting you, I genuinely apologize.
Yeah, I feel that he may be a little more out there than any of us.
Well, I mean, I see where she's coming from, because, like, Dad says that some of the most powerful weapons in a person's arsenal is their ability to move hearts. Not, like, literally, but, like, with words. And that's why Dad became a bard, and he wants to be a hero, and he wants me to be a hero. But also, I wanted to clarify that the ant who I stabbed in the eye is my drow ant, not my cool ant where I get my last name from.
About this, I as much as I hate to say this, I assumed it was being a drow. It was on your drow side. No offense.
Yeah, but she's talking about moving hearts from the inside to the outside.
Oh, yeah, well, I know that's what Revia is talking about, because Revia is,
that's what you do.
Revia.
Well, no, I mean,
we're both talking about moving hearts.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta use your words to do it. I mean, obviously, because that's how you get people to do the other, like, the manual heart removal for you.
I mean, she's not wrong, but...
I think that she has come from a different world, and I don't think that kind of thing's going to be happening around here as much as she thinks.
Well, I think we need to ease her into it, and this is like day one, Val'ri. We'll make you a hardened adventurer yet.
I mean, Strixhaven. I mean, this realm is not the kindest, but Strixhaven is a lot better than the rest of it. But yeah, no, I suspect there will be some sort of shenanigans occurring.
Yeah, we're gonna get you grizzled, Val'ri. Get you some scars, some battle damage. You'll be coming out of here with an eye patch, and you'll just be swearing up a storm.
I don't
Ripped.
want to wear an eye patch.
I don't think it fit over her glasses or under them.
As if to
Also,
We got magic. We can make it work.
as if to kind of interrupt the increasingly awkward situation from Val'ri. A crowd around you, you notice a little like a commotion starting to occur as some students are whispering to each other. And you see Rosie, the little red-haired gnome that you met during orientation. She just comes like running up to your groups. It goes, hey guys, we're all gonna meet up at the Fire Jolt Cafe. You're not gonna believe what we found, and I'll give you a hint. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Even though you don't have to guess, I'm gonna tell you what it is. We're doing frog races. She looks all excited, and she goes, "See you there!" And she runs off towards the direction of the Fire Jolt Cafe, and a bunch of students are kind of following after her.
I have a dire need to go see these frog races.
frog races, you say? Oh, well, I am there.
And Rosie runs back up. Not only frog races, he goes, we made little costumes for them. And
Erakos is already gone right behind her.
and guess what? And they're real weird looking.
Bond's origin story. Let's go. Let's
Oh
go.
man, that would work. That would work. Canonically, this takes place before the other one. This would be before the Pawns.
Pawns is a grung wizard that we did in fandom.
Oh.
Tag along. Anyway, the next time we'll do
Right.
frog races.
All right, guys. Well, I love you
boy.
tons. I'll talk to you guys later. It was good games
Ryan,
tonight.
thank
That
you
was
for
fun.
playing. Thank
Yeah.
you for listening. If you're listening,
Yeah, thank you. Thank
Joey-
you.
I don't know if Joey's gonna go that far with this. Like we did a whole lot of role play for our sake.
nah, I just do it just to be sure. But anyway, I'm out.
All right, thanks
I'll
everyone.
see you in hell.
Later.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Jeez.
I feel bad for Val'ri. She's
Don't
gonna
feel bad
find
for
little
Val'ri.
pockets of friendship in like that big mentor guy and a couple other friends. Everyone around her is just so like weird.
I'm not. Well, yeah, I'm a little bit weird, but I'm nice about it. At least I try. Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure. 'Cause-
I've been talking this entire time.
yeah.
Very good.
Oh, that was fun. I liked it.
Yeah, it was good. And now that we know how to do the
Yeah, that went a lot faster.
the stuff, it'll go a lot faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.